morning viewers, I am Eric Masoti and today I'm in my farm. I came to harvest beans. You remember from the last video I showed you that the beans were almost ready, and from the picture they are ready now. And although there are some few which have not dried off completely, but I'm going to use it to make a stew. And this is yellow beans, and as you can be able to see, we started yesterday, and this is a place that my wife had plugged the beans or harvested beans which were there. And now I want to continue because it's during the weekend, and I want to take an advantage of the moment that I have so that I can be able to harvest these beans which are in this farm. So come with me. It's not a hard task, it's just a very simple task. And an example, you just pull these beans like this, and as I was telling you from the last time, that it really did well, as you can be able to see. From this just one stem, you have got around 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Yeah, we have got around 11 pods of yellow beans. And these yellow beans, as I said from the last time, it is one of the best as far as stew is concerned, as you can be able to see, maybe for my viewers to see. Yeah, yellow, this is yellow beans. And now that I've opened it, I'm going to put it in the pocket so that you can be able, it cannot spread. So yellow beans, I love them, as I said, and it is the best. And you can be able to see when I pluck, there are nodules here from there. Yeah, those nodules, and those things which seems to be round. So these nodules help in the nitrogen fixation, and that's why now, after harvesting these beans, possibly by the end of the planting season, it can be seen there's going to be a change as far as production is concerned, because it is going to improve the fertility of this land. So when I plant maize, it is going to do well. That's to tell you that as much as that we are getting the beans itself, or the bean plant, helps in the nitrogen fixation in the soil, which helps or which aids to make the land to be more fertile. So as I said, after harvesting, it's just a simple task. And now that actually it rained, the ground is very soft. It's easy to harvest, and we harvest randomly. For my case, I'm harvesting randomly, but sometimes you can be able to follow line by line, and you can be able to see that from one line to another line, this distance from here and where the other beans were, it's around 1.5 feet. Beans do not need large space like the maize, but beans need just a very small space. And from one seed to another, it's roughly around 5 inches. Majorly, I have never observed beans maybe being in a situation that they suppress one another, but beans can suppress each other, more especially when it's leafy. It is excessive leafy, and that's why when you are applying foliar, you ensure that you don't use foliar which is going to cause that particular bean leaf or bean stem to be so big to an extent that is going to prevent others from getting direct sunlight, which helps in the germination and growth of this bean crop. And after here, it is not that because I can be able to see that it's dry. From my case, I can be able to see that it's around 98% dry. So I'm just going to take it to the sun, where there is sun, and then I spread it. It gets the sun for around 1 hour. Then from there, I'm going to use the orthodox method of getting these seeds from here. It's just the orthodox method is just by heating using a stick, which is going to make these seeds to get off the, the pods. Then you are going to spread them to dry off so that it can be stored for next season for my own use, and also maybe I can be able to sell at the end of the day. And as you can see, if maybe because the weather is not that predictable, if it rains, behind me there's a store that I constructed, and this store is going to help me in storage. And from that store there are some spaces which helps in the aeration of the environment within the store, which is now going to make these beans not to rot, because they have got some moisture in them. They are not going to rot because they are in an open space. And I know that a store is a very important thing. When you are a farmer and you have a store, it is one of the core thing that you're supposed to have. Like mostly they say that when you are in a when you have bought a land and you want to construct a house, they say that the first thing for you to do is that before you construct a house, construct a toilet. So also for a farmer, before you go deep down into farming, at least try to construct a store where you are going to store your produce, where you are going to store your farm implements like the pump, spraying pump, which is delicate and dangerous also because it contains chemicals, and these chemicals can be able to get in contact with foods, can be able to get in contact with children, and maybe bring problems and complications to their body. Also, you have got farm implements like panga, you have got jembe, which are delicate also. They can be able to destroy or they can be able to cause cuts, and maybe sometimes when they are rusted it can lead to emergence of tetanus. So to avoid that, you have to put in a store, and a store has to be raised in a way so as to prevent moisture or to allow air to pass under that particular store. It allows that free air to pass through it, which makes it now very dry, and that's what we call dry, cool and dry, to cause that cool and dryness in that particular store. So viewers, come with me so that after I finish here, we are going to see, after getting the seeds out of the pods, how my seeds are going to be, if they are of right size, if they got all the nutrients, and also we are going to check from those particular from the seeds that we are going to get, that if they had matured as I was harvesting. Because if you harvest seeds which are not mature, in most cases you're going to find that they don't have the full color. For example, these are yellow beans, although not that yellow, the yellow that is so, we used to say it is so thickened, not the yellow that is so thickened, but it is a shade of yellow. So we are going to see how stout is it, how healthy is it. Also going to see how yellow is it, because those are some of the things which helps to determine if it really matured. And away from that, you can be able to get that a seed which had not matured or did not have the correct amount of nutrients, it's usually slim. It seems to be somehow flat, and that's not a good sign. That shows that there was some deficit as far as the nutrients is concerned when planting was taking place. So after I harvest, we are going to see now how the seeds are going to be, so that we can be able to determine if everything was okay in this land. And also, after finishing now, this land is not just going to go to waste. We are going to, I'm going to bring my animal here so that it can be able to graze. There is here one variety of a crop. It's called, this is a black shark. This black shark, one property of a black shark which I've never known is that it has got a lot of milk. It increases milk production. I have never known the reason why, but anytime I use or I give my animal black shark, it produces, or the milk production goes high for quite some liters. However, this, as green as it is not advisable for me to give the animal directly unless it is in very small quantities, because this is succulent, it contains a lot of water, and it is discouraged for animals to take foods which contain a lot of water, because it can be able to cause bloat in them. So I can be able to cut. After cutting, I leave it somewhere, or I spread it somewhere so that it can be able to start to wither off, or to dry off, and eventually I give it to it. And they say that the best time to give it, it's not when it is started to flower, like this one has started to flower, but when it's at this particular stage, or at this particular stage, so this is the best. It's not like this one, which has already flowered, as you can be able to see, which has already flowered. And you can see that the land is very soft because of the rains which rained yesterday. There were a lot of rains which started around 3 a.m. and until around 9. It even made us to be late to church yesterday while we were preparing to go to church. So this is not the best, but this is the best stage at which you're supposed to give. Like the other, napier grass also, and there's a video on the same which I'm going to show you. That napier grass, we love napier grass when napier grass is so big. However, the correct size, the correct height of cutting napier grass, which is going to be beneficial to the animal optimally, is when it's around 2-3 feet tall from the ground. That is the best time to cut the napier grass so that you can be able to give to animals. So timing is important in everything. It's the same way that now that I'm harvesting these beans, if I could have harvested when the leaves or the pods are still green, then these beans, as it goes to the store, is going to accumulate aflatoxins, and these aflatoxins are dangerous to our body. They say that the aflatoxins are cancerous in nature. Now it causes somebody to enjoy the stew or the bean stew, but the cancerous bacteria are going to continuously accumulate in one's body, so that eventually when they multiply, it's going to cause somebody to have cancer. And we have got different types of cancer, so we never know where it's going to accumulate. And as it stands now, cancer is becoming an elephant in the room, which is causing a lot of deaths among people, which is causing people to be amputated, which is causing people to die. And one problem about cancer is that you usually don't feel the pain until it has reached the latter stages. That is the third stage and the final stage. So preparation of harvesting is also very important, and that's why we need to have things like the store, which is behind me here, so that we can be able to keep our produce, to avoid chances of having aflatoxins in our produce. So come with me. Later we are going to, and then I will show you, after finishing here, I will show you how to heat these beans so as to get the bean seeds. Let's go.
Now viewers, it's that time that now we are going to get these bean seeds off the pods, and this is not a difficult task, more especially when you find that it has been haired and it is dry, and you just use a stick, just a common stick. This is just a stick that I've acquired from one of the trees around here, and I'm going to use it to hit these beans so that they can be able to get off the pods. So first of all, you have to put it together, put it closer, and in this case there's another one, there's another set of beans which is in the store. However, I cannot be able to get it because this pepper that I'm using here is smaller. I don't have a big one, but I intend to get a big one. So I'm going to use this small one to hit this one. Then after finishing, I prepare this to be the animal feed. Then I'm going to bring the other beans so that I can be able to dry them again and then heat it the same way. As you can see here, it has not been hit, but you can be able to see there are some seeds here. These are seeds which as a result that it has dried. Now it bursts, and when it bursts, it starts to jump away. Yes, how are you doing? Oh, that's my son. He was calling me because it's like he wants to join me. Come. Yeah. So this is how you just hit it. I can just be able to hit it with one hand, like that. I be able to hit it with just one hand, like that. And it is not that serious. And if you can see closer, for that few minutes that I've just hit it like that, these are the this is what I've managed to get. If you can be able to look closer, you'll be able to see here. These are the seeds that I've managed to get. These are the yellow beans, and you can be able to see how yellow they are, although there's just a mixture of one or two which are not yellow beans. And you can be able to see there are two colors here. There's one color, this one, and there's another color here, this one. All of these are yellow beans, yes, but they are of two different colors. You can be able to see there, those are like two different colors. However, this one, it shows that this one was not mature enough, but this one managed to mature enough, well enough, so that it can be able to get its own color. So you are supposed to always ensure that it is put in a condition which is going to enhance it to get its own color. And in the market, you find that now there's another one here. There's another type of seed here, of beans here. This one, yeah, this one. This is I hear people calling it Maidhamania or what, something like that. So it's also another one which does not have gas. It's a good one which does not have gas. The same to these yellow beans. And these are very precious seeds, or precious commodity when it goes to the market, because they can be able to fetch you good money. If you really invest in planting this kind of beans, they are going to fetch you good money. Unlike this one, there's another one here. There's another one here. There's another one here which has been given a name. There's another one here which has been given a name called Wairimo. We call it Wairimo. It is very sweet, yes, but it has got a lot of gases and acids. This one has got a lot of acids, and when also in the market, its price is not the same as this one. This one is just around 50% lower than this yellow one. So viewers, I'm going to continue like that. I'm going to continue like that until all the beans are completely off. When I try to see that on the top it has been finished, I can be able to turn. When I turn like that, I just continue to hit with even just one hand, and everything is going to be okay. Like that. When it's dry, it does not require a lot of energy. And the reason also why we don't use a lot of energy is that when I hit hard, these beans are going to spread even off this particular paper that I'm using at the moment, or where they are at the moment. So that is it. From here, I'm going to winnow it. I'm going to winnow it. And when I talk about winnowing, I'm just going to use there's a certain equipment that we use. Here in Kenya we call it uteo. Then I'm going to do like that. When I do like that, you find that now with the wind, as it's coming from this side, it's going to carry it away. And after carrying it away, I'm going to get somehow clean beans. And when I get these clean beans, the ones which I'm going to collect, try to sample, remove this other variety of beans which are not yellow beans. Then I pack until next season, or I put it to my store, which is behind me here, so that you can be able to use it in future. So my subscribers, kindly continue to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let us try to learn about all the things that God has blessed us with. Let us try to use our nature in a positive way, and I know everything is going to be okay as we try to explore our nature in a positive way. Bye bye for now, and I love you so much. Bye.